All right, my Fleet Feet Running Club half and full marathon training members, I wanted to take a few minutes of your time to explain out the process in which how your pace groups are determined. And sorry for my appearance, you don't want to see what's underneath my stocking cap here. As you guys probably noticed, the training pace groups were sent out early this morning, as in midnight, 1 o'clock, maybe, and a few of you guys at 2 o'clock, because I do put a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of thought into where you fall or what your long run pace should be. So let me just describe out to you guys again what all goes into consideration, right? Or maybe even the process. So number one, I honestly do wait until I get those 3-mile time trials. All right. So after Tuesday night, I really did go back in and start crunching what either your 3 or 1.5 mile time trial was. Some of you guys chose not to do that. Maybe that hurt you a little bit. But what those times are, because to me, that tells me what your current fitness level is. All right. So starting on the week of January 3rd, where is Jane Doe in terms of her fitness level? Now, that is not where we want to be, right? That's not where we want to be in March, April, May, but that's where we are right now. So I use those times first, whether or not you ran it with us or whether you submitted it. Thanks for those of you who did that. And then I go from there. So I crunch everybody's numbers. I do it individually. My husband tried to get me to use an Excel spreadsheet. We had a big fight over it. And I said, honestly, I like to do it one by one because it gives me a chance to look at the runner as an individual, not just as a spreadsheet. All right. So I put everybody in. Then what I do is I go back and read everybody's personal assessment form. All right. So this is where they are at, but where do they want to be? Where were they at before? Right. So if you aren't in the best fitness level right now, I get it. Right. That's me right now. Right. Let's use me for an example. My 3-mile time may not be great. I've been doing a lot of long, slow, steady distances, but I'm a pretty established marathoner, half marathoner, ultra marathoner, triathlete, right? So I have a lot of experience underneath my belt. So that personal assessment did show me a lot. I did take in consideration people's history, but what I took in even more consideration was where they have been, right? So a lot of you guys who raced this fall, raced Cowbell, Chicago, St. Jude, whatever, use a lot of those times too. Be like, hey, you know what? In the last 6 months, this runner has been places. They may not be there right now, but with a little training, they could very easily get there. So that being said too, I looked at people's injury history. There's a lot of you like, man, I'm just nursing a blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to start that person more conservative. This person had blah, 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 and it's chronic, and we need to take that in consideration. So I did take, again, a lot of that. That being said, I know many of you guys might be in a little bit of sticker shock on what pace group that you are in. However, I do either want you to pull up the table of standard distance on the goal that you guys have in your head, or follow along with me on this 4-hour marathon table of standard distance. Again, this is numbers, not people. I get it, right? There's a lot of things that we can do for many aspects of your training. But in terms of long run pace groups, the only way we're going to make a mistake is to make a mistake of going too fast on these. So really want to this is like the solid foundation of which everything is kind of starting on, especially if you are new to the distance. Maybe you're not a new runner, but new to the half marathon or marathon distance. So let's take a look at this marathon table of standard distance. I choose 4 hours just because that kind of seems like the middle C. All right, so if you are gunning for a 4-hour marathon, then you need to go look at this kind of table of standard distance, and you need to run your finger up this, up this image and say, yes, right? My half marathon in the last 6 months, I gunned a 1:54. and it wasn't easy, because racing is not easy, but it wasn't difficult. All right, so if you were gunning for a 4-hour marathon and you were over this 154 even by a few minutes, especially for my newbies, I did not put you in that pace group because you have not yet quite got there. Or maybe you were there months ago, years ago, whatever, but you're not there right now. I didn't put you in that particular group, okay? So moving on. 5109. Yep, I've run several 10Ks in that category. 2438. Yep, I've run several 5Ks. Now, not every one, right? But none of these numbers should be a sticker shock to anybody. If you were a marathoner and trying to gun for this 4-hour time, but your best half marathon is a 2:05, or you just recently barely broke 2, that's not going to get you in that particular group, all right? So I really want everybody just to take an aha moment here and say, you know what? There's a lot of experience that goes into this table of standard distance. Many of you guys might say, yep, I got that 5K. Yep, I got that 10K. Yeah, ooh, half marathon. I signed up for my first marathon half. And again, these are all relative here, right? It's really hard to double your 10K and expect that same pace on a half marathon. It's very a rare occasion that might happen, okay? So really do want to make sure that when you take on the next distance, you kind of box everything up and put it on a shelf kind of back behind you. All right, so, let's say again that you are had a 2:15, I don't know, half marathon, saying that you're going to do a 4:30 just really quite isn't just there, okay? So please trust the process here, guys. I'm not just trying to throw you guys in this group because, and I understand it might be something that you haven't done in the past or you've been running in a different way. That's why you guys paid to be a part of this program, to be honest with you. And being a part of the group will slow you down, right? Or speed you up or whatever it is that you're having difficulties with. What I'm asking that you do is just try something different. I promise you it makes science sound. I'm not just throwing things out of a whim and hope that it counts. My decades worth of training has gotten me here. So I hope that you guys trust it, trust me, and understand. So again, follow along. The only reason why I swayed off of these, again, is because your 3-mile time, all right, was way better or way worse, all right? So that told me a lot. Or your past history, or whatever the case may be. If not, if I just had numbers to go off of, I use these tables as standard distance to help guide me. I hope that you use them too to guide you. All right. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'd love to have a conversation. And as this email written, there's so many other things that you could do. So if you're on the bubble, we can play. Just your long run pace group is just not really the place to play. All right. So if you have any questions, please let me know.